Hello. So, this is the final Pride Month Speedpaint or time lapse, I guess, this year. I think I'm going to try something a little different this time. I'm going to tell you a story about how I figured out my sexuality, or rather how I figured out what I'm pretty sure is my sexuality. I'm actually too lazy to just find music for this, so you get to hear the horrible sound of my voice. If you don't want to hear my voice, and I really don't blame you, then you can just mute this and watch the speed paint. So, I started out like many people do, thinking I was a straight bean. I'm talking like one of my best friends, who I'll mention later. Anyway, I had some boyfriends, but all really did was say we were dating, then hung out like we were friends. A couple of these dudes I'll probably end up talking about in future videos because, well, you'll find out. So anyway, then I had a friend, different from the one I mentioned earlier. I'll call her Susan. Susan was the first friend I had who I actually had a lot in common with. She was funny, she liked to draw. It was her fault I went into a bit of a furry stage. Disregard that last statement. So naturally, she was my first crush. Yep, little me who thought I was straight's first crush was a girl. I quickly got over that because another best friend, George, made me trust him with it, and then he told her because he also had a crush on her, that hamster. She was so disgusted and confused that I actually became less attracted to her. Thanks, George. But after that instance, I changed my sexuality bisexual, which is how I stayed for a year or two. Then a girl, which is how I'm bad at reading. Then a girl named Kaylee came along. She was so sweet, adorable, and she had the most striking blue eyes. And then the best part, she was gay, or bisexual, mostly gay. We quickly became friends by taking down a shelf in music class because that's what my teacher told us to do when we were cleaning up the music room. Eventually, she found out that I had developed a crush for her because I made the mistake of telling one of her friends because I'm an idiot and forgot to tell her it was a secret. But she wasn't disgusted, so that's something. Then the friend I talked about earlier came along. Oh, it's a gender neutral name. Charlie. Yeah, sounds good. So Charlie was this beautiful bean, the haircut I see on most trans people, at least from female to male. My family is convinced that I started my LGBTQ plus obsession because I had a crush on Charlie or something, which, I mean, maybe I did. I don't know. But more importantly, Charlie introduced me to there being more gender other than male and female, and by that I mean non-binary. And that's how I decided that I was pan. You're probably not wondering why I don't say I'm lesbian, but I'm gonna explain this anyway. I've actually had like one confirmed male crush, but I'm definitely attracted to males and dudes on TV, so I'm actually more on the straight side than the gay side, if that makes sense. I tend to lean towards dudes, but there is an undeniable attraction towards girls. Now for the questionable part, that if anyone could say anything that would help me figure this out, and yes, I know I should figure this out on my own, but whatever, please comment. Okay, so I hate being female. Like everything about it, except being able to wear whatever the I want. But then sometimes I don't mind being female, and I don't understand why. I thought I was gender fluid for a while, but just, I don't know. I also have this weird thing where when I meet a trans person, I immediately want to worship them. Like, I don't know. I don't get the. I don't get this way of gay people or anything like that. It's only trans. I honestly don't know what the hell is going on. Well, I still have 2 minutes left, so, I guess here's a poem about equal rights. It's not about LGBTQ stuff, but it mentions it, so here you go. It's called Equal. Yes, I am female, why do you care? We are all human, why must you declare that I must be different and not as cool as you? I can't believe I used to think what you said was true. Gender is irrelevant, male, female, or other. We are all human beings, why must we compare one another? So yes, I am female, how observant of you. But just because you said it doesn't mean that it's true. Yes, he is black, I suppose that is true. I really can't see why that matters to you. He is one of the sweetest kids I've met, so very curious, and the fact that you treated differently makes me furious. No matter what our race is, we are all the same, so don't walk up to me and make up lies and claim that any of us in this world are less than human, as we really should not be judged by the color of our skin. Yes, they are trans, they wish to go by they or he, they wanted your love and acceptance, but instead you called them she. You burnt their flag, mistreated them, insisted they were wrong, and now that they're away from you, it seems they know they belong. It does not matter who you love, girl or boy or all. It does not matter who you are, and you should never feel too small. We will love who we love, and we won't change because you want us to. We may not all be straight, but we're more open-minded than you. Yes, we are different, but we are all one race. And don't you dare insult us or call us a disgrace. Just remember, every one of us is a work of art, and if you cannot accept us, you must not have a heart. That's my poem. I don't really have much left to do, but I've only got 10 seconds left, so here's some probably copyrighted jams. I'm sorry for subjecting you to my voice. Please don't come to my house to punch me. If you really need to, send it in a box. And bye, I guess.